Hi guys, my name is Cultivator from Cultivation Manhua, and I'm happy to bring you another list. So yeah, Manhwa these days is getting lit. They keep bringing out these amazing stories, and today we're gonna go through a couple of them. So yeah, I also want to thank you guys for watching this video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. Like on the like button, of course. Let me know what y'all think about this video. So yeah, let's get started. I was trash. The protagonist in this manga, Limu, feels like trash. He can't keep up with class and people look down on him. His family members don't respect him at all and even forced him to break off on his engagement. Goddamn. His fiancée doesn't mind, but she also believes that he's trash. What makes the matter even worse, his uncle murdered him. But thankfully, the story doesn't end here. At the moment of death, his body was taken over by an ancient cultivator, Kang Kunzi. And he's one of the strongest cultivators the world has ever seen. And Kang Kunzi is touched by Limu's tragic story and swears to avenge him. Rebirth of Urban Immortal Cultivator. The protagonist in this story, Chen Fan, was known as a peerless genius. In the immortal realm, of course. He had been cultivating for 500 years and defeated all tribes of the universe. Chen Fan was on his way to detach from the universe and ascend to the celestial realm. Unfortunately, something went wrong during the divine tribulation, and he fell back to Earth. Returned as a teenager and stronger than the average man, Chen Fan used his power and godlike knowledge to settle the score with those that threatened him and his family. But his main objective is to cultivate so that he can return to being an immortal and finally ascend to the celestial realm. Will he ascend to the immortal realm? Will he defeat all his enemies? Well, read the manga and y'all will know. Yeah, so let's go to the next story. I am the Sorcerer King. 10 years ago, the world changed. Monsters came from a rift that formed in space and time, and they started to attack humans. At the same time, humans have started to awaken supernatural abilities and began hunting down these monsters. The protagonist, Ling Su-hun, he needs a lot of money. He needs a lot of money that he can pay for his mother's hospital bill. So he takes a dangerous job to help hunt down these monsters by acting as a bait. But one day, he's heavily injured by a monster, and that's when he starts to remember his past life as a Sorcerer King. Using his past knowledge, Ling Sun-hu starts on a quest to regain his former power and to dominate the world. Number 4. Great Mage returns after 4,000 years. Frey Blake is the worst student of Westworld Academy. He gets bullied often, and at home, they call him a disgrace. So he decides to end his miserable life by committing suicide. But after his soul leaves his body, a new one enters. the soul of an ancient mage, Lucas Trauman. By getting the body of Frey Blake, the great mage Lucas Trauman is now finding the chance to take revenge on those who made Frey Blake miserable and on those gods that imprisoned him. Rebirth, City Deity. Wuji sacrifices his chance to be a god and 5,000 years of cultivation just to return to the past, where he was a teenager in the mortal world. This time, he's going to right his wrongs and make up for all the regret he had in his previous life. Wealth, strength, beauty, it's all in his hands now. The descent of the demonic master. In his first life, the protagonist had a tragic accident where he lost his family and his own legs. So he decides to end his life by committing suicide. In his second life, he earned fame as the Red Demonic Master in Zone Yuan, but he was betrayed by the man he trusted the most. And now comes his third life. In his life, back in the modern world, Gang Junho decided to live a normal life. However, he was way too used to be that guy in Zone Yuan. He has to kick some ass. He can't let injustice just run loose. So yeah, how can he obtain a normal life when he has other ambitious but destructive desires? Yeah, this one is one of my favorite stories. It has multiple layers, it's like a full course meal. Y'all gotta check it out. And we are going to the next one. Metropolitan, reverence. Fan Hong is a student of Daoist. One day, he came down from the mountain to find his fiancée. Did he find her? He did find her. He found a lot of girls. Let me talk about the story real quick. He comes from a mountain. He's a Daoist. I don't know what that means. Might mean he has power. He has a lot of magic and some type of things. So he comes down to the mountain to find a lovely husband. Fiance. He's a guy. He needs a wife. So yeah, he comes down to the mountain, goes to school, see a couple of girls, like a couple of girls. There's a lot of girls. These girls has problem. He can kick ass, so he kicks ass. Solve his problems. By solving their problems, he creates another problem because people started to notice him. They be like, "Who that guy? We gotta kick his ass." But we know he came down from the mountain. He's a Daoist. So they can beat him. They will never beat him. It's a fascinating story. It's kinda cliche. But this story is kind of funny. So if you want to have some laughs, check it out. Yeah, this one, Cultivator chat room, is a great one too. It's about Song Shuhan, a regular boy, a regular student. And one day, he was suddenly added into a chat group with a lot of old people. He thought they suffered from some disease. I won't pronounce it, but they call it Chunin disease. I guess he thought they were cosplayers. I don't know what else to say about that, but he thought they were mentally retarded. But they weren't. After a while, he started to realize those people, they are Taoists. Yeah, you heard what I said. Taoists. And the things he could order from them were real magic stuff. So yeah, of course, you know how it goes. Young boy with cheat abilities, with supernatural powers. He gonna use it for school, of course, first. To cheat his ass through the exams. And of course, he gonna use that power to raise himself in the social ladder. So that means he's gonna make him a lot of money. And of course, the third, you know how it goes, is girls. He gonna find himself with girls. Well, don't let me talk too much. You gotta find this one yourself. It's a great story. I recommend it, of course. I've read it. Metropolitan system. This story is about Jingbai. Jingbai loves betting. But after winning a huge amount of money, he has to escape. Because he won, of course, illegally. But while escaping, he gets hit by a truck. And he dies. But instead of dying, his soul gets transported into another world, a parallel Earth. And in this parallel world, he gets merged into his self, into his pathetic self. Because in that world, he had less influence than in the previous world. And he has to start from the bottom. But luckily, there's a God that helps him out and gives him a powerful cheat ability. So yeah, the protagonist in the story uses this ability, of course, to bet in the casino and make a lot of money, what equals to a lot of enemies. But luckily, he has a cheat ability. Versatile mage. This is the last one, guys. The best. This story is about Mo Fan, who wakes up in this world and realizes that the world is different from what he knows. And he just does regular stuff, you know. He goes to high school, but realizes it's very different from the way he left. The level of magic, the average human using magic is far weaker than what he's used to. So you know already how it goes, right? He goes to school, people think he's weak, but he's a legendary mage. And what people call strong in the world, that's really weak to him. So yeah, you know what awaits you. Amazing story, magic, school life, family life, and all that good stuff. And of course, cultivating. Well, guys, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed. If you want me to change some things, just let it know on the comments below. And we will answer, of course, to try and change it. Because we have the goal to better ourselves and trying to make this channel the best thing y'all ever seen. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cultivator, Cultivation Manhwa.